Being a stud is hard. Being a slut is easy. Okay, and this is something that a lot of women don't understand and they don't give us enough credit for, is how difficult it is and how much work we have to do on ourselves in order to get a date with a female, right? In order to, especially in order to sleep with a female, right? It's not easy for guys. I mean, there's a lot involved that we have to work on, throughout our lives. It's not like it ever stops, right? We have to continue to work on ourselves throughout our lives in order to be physically attractive to the opposite sex. Whereas for women, really all they have to do is show up, right? That's all they have to do is show up. Especially if the chick is the least bit cute. You don't even have to do that. The guy will come to your place. No problem. Whereas for guys, no, it doesn't work that way. And women just don't value that enough. And I've had plenty of women that I've dated who have not valued that. They just act like it's as easy as pie, right? It's as easy as walking and chewing gum because it's that way for them. So they kind of self-project that onto men, right? They self-project that, it must be easy for you guys because it's easy for us. It's like, no, because I've seen a lot of these videos going around social media talking about how like women's body count, they call it body count, stupid word, but women's body count shouldn't matter to guys because guys sleep around too and it shouldn't matter, and it's like, no, it totally matters because for guys, we can't just show up, right? We can't just show up and you drop your bra and your panties. No, it doesn't work that way for us. We have to be physically fit. We have to have a good diet. We have to get a good job. Mostly most of these chicks are chasing guys with 6-figure incomes, 6 feet tall. We have to live in the right zip code. We have to drive the right brand of vehicle. There's a lot going on. And not beyond all the material possessions that we need to acquire in order to get women, we also have to have charisma, personality, be funny, be a freaking sidewalk comedian, make her laugh, entertainer. It's nonstop, right? Be a gentleman, be chivalrous. When you see a hot woman, do you put all these requirements on her before you'll date or sleep with her? No. You be like, I'm going for it, right? I don't care if she's a CEO. I don't care, right? My own girl that I've been dating now for over 3 years, she worked at Chick-fil-A. She worked at Chick-fil-A, right? And she had a lot of dudes with a lot more money than me trying to pick her up. Right? And, fortunately, I just kept going and going. I didn't give up, and then it happened, right? So it's definitely not as easy for men. You probably have some female friends or ex-girlfriends who thought that, you could just pick up the pieces if she dumped you, and they don't realize, like, no, we can't. We're going to be down in the dumps for quite a while. This is why, whenever you go through a breakup or you see any guy going through a breakup for that matter, it's always the dude who's just really his life crumbles and falls apart. Right? Whereas the woman, she just moves right on to the next relationship, usually within a week, 2 weeks, if that, right? She's all of a sudden she's back in the next relationship, and here you are for the next year, just like living in your, tiny 1-bedroom apartment while she's out there banging this dude. You're like, lying in bed alone, watching porn and all this, and, thinking your memories of her while she's making new memories with this new dude. Right? So yeah, it's definitely not, it's definitely hard for guys to be a stud. Easy for women to be a slut. And I think was it Jim Jeffries who said that? I just want to give credit where credit's due. Yeah. The amount of work that you have to put into yourself to get a female is, it's crazy. Especially these days, and this is why a lot of guys have just checked out. Which, to each his own. But I understand why a lot of guys have just checked out in the dating market. They don't want any part of it. The latest studies show that this generation of men, younger men right now, is the least sexually active than any previous generation. The numbers are staggering how few guys these days are actually dating women and having sex, right? And I say this as somebody who still teaches pickup artistry and teaches dating advice and takes guys out and helps guys meet their their girlfriends and their future wives, which many of my students have. Many of my students have gotten married, have had families, have named kids after me. Crazy, right? And they continue to do so, and I'm going to continue to teach it because I really believe that. I mean, it is harder to find a good woman out there. I will not deny that. It is very hard to find a good woman. It's probably why I've kind of held on to my girlfriend for a while. But it is difficult to find, that level of, chick out there, because now we're going through something called hoflation. Have you guys heard of hoflation? It's basically the synopsis that this is true actually, but you have to work 10 times harder, 20 times harder than your dad did or your grandfather did for a woman who is 20 times worse, right? And that's true. And I did a video on hoflation on my 33 Secrets channel, which you should watch, by the way, because as somebody who goes out a lot and continues to, engage with these women, really the hoflation trend right now, the women it's affecting most are the average looking women. Okay, it's mostly these chicks who are like 4s, 5s, 6s. Those are the chicks that are all like chest thumping and being like, I'm a 10, I'm a 10. If you watch these videos of these chicks on social media, they're, like they'll be like 300 pounds overweight or something, or a foreign looks, and they'll be like, I'm a 10, I'm a 10, I'm a 10. No, those are the chicks where hoflation has affected the most. That's the demographic. But as far as actual hot women that, I teach my students to go after, the 8s, 9s, and 10s, I haven't really seen much, okay? I've seen a little bit of wokey talk from them and, oh yeah, female empowerment, but most of those girls are just coffee shop feminists, and usually by the time they start dating me or any guy who is strong in his, grounded in his energy and is not going to just buckle at her, can easily put her in her place and re-educate her, and, with facts, not with lies, but with facts, and be like, no, girl, no, stop with the gender pay gap. That's been debunked. Stop with this nonsense. No. Here, let me tell you what's for real. But overwhelmingly, the 8s, 9s, and 10s of the world, outside of that, it really hasn't affected them. I've said before, like, most of the 10s I've met, like, bona fide dime pieces that look like they should be on the cover of magazines and, guest models. Those bona fide 10s are generally pretty sweet girls. They're pretty humble. They're not full of themselves. It's funny too, because the 10s of the world are not pounding their chest going, I'm a 10, I'm a 10, I'm a 10. When she is actually a 10, right? It's usually the 4s, the 5s, and 6s of the world who are definitely far from being a 10. Then are like, I'm a 10, I'm a 10, I'm a 10, right? It's no different than, people who are broke or, $30,000 millionaires claiming that, like, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich, whereas like actual millionaires don't really go around going, I'm a millionaire, I'm a millionaire, right? So yeah, it's kind of the same, it's kind of the same thing. However, let's not ignore the fact that when it comes to meeting and dating women out there, we have to, as guys, have to do a lot, right? There's a lot of responsibility on us. Not only from women, but to society to produce, right? To produce value and to keep producing throughout our lives. Otherwise, we're ignored. We're invisible. We're crap, right? We don't get anything. Whereas for women, all they have to do really, again, is just appear, and here you go. You'll have a line of guys waiting to date you, right? Even the 4s, 5s, and 6s, they would have, they would still have options with dudes that we wouldn't have as guys. It's just not the options they want. They want the chads, and it's like, no, you can't get a chad. You're 4 and looks and 300 pounds overweight, man. It's not going to happen, right? So yeah, there's a big difference there. And as always, gentlemen, drop your comments below. Let me know what you think of tonight's coaching video. Anything you'd like to add, anything you'd like to share, anything I might have missed, drop them in the comments below, and I'll see you there in my comments. I'm out. So I'm going to wrap up here. Until next time, this is Matt Cross from AlphaMaleSecrets, signing out from my garage with my DeLorean over here in the background. Beautiful car.
Don't forget to smash that like button below. Go ahead and smash it right now. Also, hit that notification bell right next to it. Why? So that you get notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on the YouTube. Okay, so hit the notification bell as well. Otherwise, you will not be notified when I upload brand new coaching videos fresh to my channel. So make sure you're notified as well. And also, please make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Helps me out a ton with the YouTube algorithm. So make sure you subscribe as well. Okay, because it helps not just the channel out, but it helps out other men. Because the more people who subscribe to the channel, the more men we reach, right? And God knows men need this type of knowledge. Right? And for you guys who want to support my work and all of this red pill, gold pill, and platinum pill content that I am teaching you even further, the best way to do that is by becoming a premium subscriber of my premium Alpha Male Secrets channel, which I am hosting on a private platform away from YouTube. And the reason I'm doing that is to protect my content from YouTube in the event they try to shut us down one day, right? All of my premium Alpha Male Secrets lessons will be protected. Why? Because I'm paying for this platform and it's encrypted. So nobody can take us down, right? It's a private encrypted platform where all of my Alpha Male Secrets coaching videos will remain forever. So, if you want to support my work, that's the best way to do it, by becoming a premium subscriber of my premium Alpha Male Secrets channel. And right now it's only $1 for the entire first month of premium Alpha Male Secrets content from me. And it's real easy to sign up. All you need to do is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video.